Welcome back to Talk That Talk with Meesh and Jay. I'm Meesh. To the left of me is my bro, Jay.
Yep.
Look, if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are true here, you already know what to do. Get your smokes, get your drinks, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Your ass should already be
Subscribe.
Okay, subscribe. Okay, y'all should know what to do. And make sure y'all like it. Please like it. At some point in the video.
Yeah.
That's it. Smash the like button. It don't hurt nobody.
Nope. Free.
That's right. And Jay and I's goals to get 1,000 subscribers. We want to thank everybody who's been supporting our channel thus far and who've been liking, who's been commenting and really giving us praise. There's a few people I ran across just lately been, saying some really great things to us.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? I should have their names and shout them out. I can't at the moment, but hopefully I can get their names and shout you guys out because you guys really do help. Sometimes this is not the easiest thing to do, to get up here and put in all this work. And for, there are days where, everything is up and then sometimes things go flat, but we still working hard. So please support us, find it in your heart to like the video at least, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you're not going to sub, but we do appreciate if you want to follow us and stick with us as we're Trending Topics Podcast. Okay.
Yep. And if you like us that much, you might got a friend that got another friend that might like it. So just share it to them.
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely. Other than that, y'all, we ready to get in it. Oh, yeah. And you don't have to drink and smoke. That's just for those who do. Okay? Just making sure y'all know. And like today, Meesh don't have my cup, my signature cup. I got water today, y'all. So I'm chilling.
I see. I was shocked. I said, "Oh, a bottle of water."
I know.
Oh, okay.
Usually I have me a cup up here, y'all.
Okay.
I mean, a little cup. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, but speaking of that, see, I still stick my water. I did drink 40 ounces today.
Okay.
Of water.
That's good shit.
Right? But my eating habits had just went far left. I don't know what's going on, but I've been off.
For real?
I just been eating all whatever. Just lately. And then I get there. I get like 3 or 4 months where I'm doing the right thing. I'm eating a little less, but eating more greens, get little fruits and stuff like that.
Right.
Then next year, I fall back into this little thing where I got to have this and I got to have
But you're not, okay, because I have one question for you in regards to that. I know how I have to do it because I'm actually on that diet wave. You guys, you following us. We love you. Please, if you don't want to get to know us, because that's what this area is about.
Right.
Go ahead and get on to the topic. We are going to speak about this foolishness regarding the Trump's repeal on the segregation. We are going to get to it. We just be patient. We coming, okay?
Yeah, I'm a timestamp it. Yeah. So just skip to if you don't want to, mess with us like that.
Right. We ain't gonna hold you too long. So, you're not like restricting yourself too much to the point where you're binging. Because I know sometimes I have to tweak it and let myself live a little bit.
So what I was doing, I think I said before, throughout the week, I would do my little diet stuff throughout the week, and like strictly water, vegetables, all that stuff. And then Friday and Saturday, I would kind of do my own thing. Friday and Saturday,
right?
Just so I don't fall back through the weekday.
Okay. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
But for some reason or another, stuff started happening. I just been snacking and going to Chick-fil-A. And just at late night eating and putting on movies. It's just like, you know what I mean? Man. And I started, and then at work, like today at work, I went to a place called Moe's.
Oh, I know Moe's. That's Southwest there.
Southwest Grill, but we got that in my job.
Okay.
And I went to Moe's for breakfast. they do breakfast burritos.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I went to Moe's this morning, got a breakfast burrito with eggs, potato in it.
Potato?
And beef. With veggies in there. And a vinaigrette sauce on it. And I ate that. Then my man so this is about, and I go to work early, so I'm at work at like 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
I had that about 8. Then my man around 11:15 talking about, hey man, I'm gonna buy lunch, y'all. You want some wings, fries? I said, sure.
Wings and fries.
Oh man, you know I do some wings and fries.
Come on.
I'm a black man from the hood.
You know the key I hear is carbs.
Yeah,
I hear the carbs
and more carbs. I'm like, dude,
because that gets you every
time. Dude,
time.
I ate that junk, and I'm just like, and I started feeling like, oh man, so I feel my stomach and it's sluggish. I'm like, damn, I think I ate too much.
That's how you get diabetes.
Then one of my youngins because I'm management. Yeah. Then one of my youngins come, and he always come, or we got like probably 2, what they call YNs.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm familiar.
And my man came, went and got me a smoothie from not Smoothie King, but we got another one. It's just like it. It's around.
Okay.
It came with a whole. I don't know what
like tropical smoothie.
Tropical smoothie. We got that joint, and then he come right out of that. About an hour and a half later, with tropical smoothie hit, boss.
Dang.
Even though I did not drink it all, I did drink some of it.
Okay.
And I'm like done in right now.
So earlier, I got me a Pure Green because I wanted to switch from tropical smoothie. Because when I had my Noom app, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Noom or used it, but on the Noom app, it tell you what's good, and it was like in the red for some reason. Like they have
kind of app is. I think I heard about
Noom. Yeah, it tells you about how many calories and stuff is, and whether what you eating is good for you or bad for you. And so when I was using it, I would put stuff in.
I need to put that on there. I need to put that on my
Noom. Phone. Yeah, it works. And it told me that tropical smoothie was in the red for some reason.
And I know where I heard it from. I was walking her nephew Bruno, and I was listening to a podcast. And a family went to the grocery store, and I think he used that app. And he was trying to show the kids why a lot of things that he's stopping them from bringing in the house is bad. So he told them to go get 3 things that they really like, put in the basket. And then it was like it's 3 of them. He had 3 kids, and then the wife and him, and they all went and got stuff, and they started looking it up. And he said one of them joints was like himself. He said he loved this thing called great brisket or some type of, is it turkey brisket or some type of biscuit, but it's turkey biscuit or something.
Okay.
And he said that junk was sky high, like done in.
Yeah.
So I said, damn, I ain't know about that. Now you brought it up. I said, nah, I'm about to put that on.
No, it helps. It helps you learn. That's what I had to do. So that's one thing we could take from this is definitely educate yourselves, you guys. Like when you're on a weight loss journey and you think you eating right, get an app or something and put it in what you eating, put in what you're eating. It'll tell you. It'll tell you exactly how many calories and whether it's good for you. Whether it's in the green, is it in the red, is it neutral, in the yellow, and it'll help you understand like why. And you'll be like, wait a minute, why is this red? Like this supposed to be good.
Right.
It'll tell you why and everything too. So.
And for me, it's not that I'm big, and I mean it's just it's my stomach area that I need, and I know what it is. It's the snacks and the stuff that's unhealthy that's sitting on my stomach because I'm not a big guy. You know what I mean? It's just that. So I gotta, like you said, cut the carbs. Just do a little bit more sit-ups.
At least
I was doing it though. I was doing it.
At least on a weekday. At least on a weekday.
And more water.
And more water.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just 1 cup of juice, if any, during the day.
I got you.
Yeah. But
all right,
y'all. Look, we about to jump into the topic. Thank you for those of you who have held here or just fast forward, whatever. We appreciate you. Please like. We about to get into the topic.
And hold on. And if any one of y'all can, help me with this, hit me in the comments and let me know what I should do and what I shouldn't do.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Please, we welcome any
help your
advice. Any advice. All right. So, look. So Trump has repealed in the federal government segregation.
Lord. My Lord.
So people are allowed to segregate. So I'm just gonna read a little bit so I could be official, and then we're gonna get into what some people, black people, white people, all the like, have to say about it, and then we're gonna get into it. Okay. So it says, after a recent change by the Trump administration, the federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. The segregation clause is one of the several identified in a public memo issued by the General Service Administration last month, affecting all civil federal agencies. The memo explains that it is making changes prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which repealed an executive order signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. The memo also addresses Trump's executive order on gender identity. Okay. So it says, while there are still state and federal laws that outlaw segregation and discrimination that companies need to comply with, legal experts say this change to contracts across the federal government is significant. It's symbolic, but it's incredibly meaningful in its symbolism, says Melissa Murray. Okay, so y'all heard what she said, symbolic. I mean, when I first heard it, I thought people was playing, y'all. I thought it was a joke. Because I'm just like, I'm seeing people laughing and,
Man, you can't take nothing nowadays a joke.
Yeah.
You better take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, I really didn't think it was that serious until I started listening to people, say that, hey, this is real. So here's the thing, though. Nobody from what we know has tried it just yet. Okay? But my logic about this is F around and find out.
Right.
Okay? Because we already seen what's happening with Target right now, where Target's lost a tremendous amount of money because of their rollback on DEI. And I know this goes into the DEI, and maybe yet again, I keep saying that maybe this might have something to do with the fact that he's thinking that we don't really need these rules anymore. But why are all our protections being removed? Because, it's getting for me to start feeling like there's something coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
And
somebody knows something and somebody working on something behind closed doors.
Right.
Yeah, while we think we having fun and, sleeping good.
Yeah.
There's always a plan out there.
Right. So even though right now, like a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, no, it's still illegal federally, which is good. Because, of course, if it's a law, if Congress made the law, it's a law. It cannot be reversed. Mm-hmm. But at the same token, what the hell is going on that it's like, oh, DEI, and then, oh, now people, there can be workplace discrimination now.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Even via your name, depending on the type of black, you got a black ass name.
Hell yeah.
Boom, you ain't getting in there. Mm-hmm. We know that's a nigga.
Looking at that resume, talking some Sharkeisha.
Yeah. Sharkeisha, absolutely not. She doesn't sound like she's going to fit in this culture.
No.
Okay, this is not the culture for Sharkeisha. Mm-hmm. And then we're talking about waiting rooms and restaurants. But all right, before we really jump into our real thoughts, I'm going to play a couple TikTokers. They was going off on TikTok, especially of the white kind, because they had something to say too, which I appreciate our white counterparts for jumping in and having an opinion.
A what counterpart?
Our white counterparts.
What? All right. Let's hear it.
All right, let's go for it. Let's see what we got. All right.
My Lord.
You mean to tell me in 2025 we're talking about segregated bathrooms, segregated dining areas, segregated drinking fountains? You think this is just some bureaucratic paperwork shuffling?
Ain't no way.
No. This is legalized segregation. That's what's happening. Trump's administration just ripped the anti-segregation clause right out of the federal contracts. And don't sit there telling me, well, the Civil Rights Act still protects us. You think these billionaires and power-hungry politicians don't know exactly what they're doing? They're testing the waters. They're pushing the boundaries. They're seeing just how much injustice they can get away with before we fight back. And that's the problem. We don't fight back. Not enough of us anyway. Too busy picking red or blue like it's just a damn football game. But
yeah, he has a point. I'm going to go to the next person.
The Trump administration removed the federal ban on segregated facilities in government contracts. So I guess that means integration doesn't mean shit if you have a government contract. Looks like we're the Walmart of the world, but instead of rolling back prices, we're rolling back rights. Segregation is still illegal under the Civil Rights Act, but this change removes extra layer of protection that force companies to follow the law in government contracts. Now, if a contractor wants to separate workers by race, they can. And when someone complains, they'll say, oh, well, it wasn't in the contract. This is how civil discrimination gets normalized. This is how civil rights protections die, one rollback at a time. This just won't affect government buildings. It'll hit military bases, construction sites, prisons, places where workers already deal with discrimination. You really think racist contractors won't take advantage of this? And let's be clear, this wasn't accidental. This is Trump's war on civil rights disguised as cutting through red tape. This is for people who miss the good old days when they didn't have to share spaces with black people.
All right.
Y'all, we need to talk because the Trump schmatzy administration just banned segregation in all federal contracts. You know, segregation like separate bathrooms, Jim Crow 2.0 bullshit. By the way, a black man just delivered my freaking UPS mail. You all are fucking unhinged with this bullshit. And to be clear, this is not about policy change. This is not about saving money. This is a message, a big, loud dog whistle to black and brown people trying to instill psychological warfare, a message that they are not safe. And it is meant to make people feel small and afraid.
And those were a few of the white counterparts that, you know, they were going into it because you do need to know. And I went on TikTok. There are a lot of African Americans, you know, a lot of our kind, they're speaking on it. And there are a lot of people kind of downplaying it. A lot of people laughing, you know, thinking it's funny. Now, don't get me wrong. In some aspects, it is kind of funny for me. Only because I feel like, how in the hell are they going to do this when there are so many people out here who are mixed race?
Right.
So you telling me
more people than there ever been in life.
Than it ever been. So you cannot simply just say, oh yeah, we have a white water fountain, black water fountain, or colored, or Negro.
Exactly.
However they going to choose to classify us at this point when the contractor do come up with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just going to have a waiting room that say, for the niggas. Like, what? Like, I'm just saying, like, but what about the Indians, the Asians, the Hispanics, the people from, man, it's mixed breed people out here. It's people mixed breed. You can have Lebanese and Egyptian together. Who knows? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What? So now that everybody's so mixed, what are they going to do? Is it going to be a paper bag test at the door?
Yeah, mixed Chinese, black, you know, black, and it's probably black in every race and culture.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean? And you can't make people just pick and choose which one to go in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, which one? I don't know. And then are you gonna stop them at the door? Ho! And like you said, paper bag.
Yeah,
test.
like what you?
How you know? Get the hell out of here.
What do you know? Like, well, we don't know what all you have in you. But as long as you look like a notebook colored person, you get to use this bathroom. As long as you are a copper colored person, you get to use this bathroom. I don't think it, you know, I don't know. I just don't see how it's going to work. And I think the programming we're not there anymore. Like mentally, we haven't been there. Mm-hmm. So
I don't know nothing about it.
How old is Trump? Ain't he like 80, right?
He's 78.
78, whatever. Yeah. So he's around that age group, and maybe his homies, his cronies, whoever. Yeah. Maybe this is they sit around in that office smoking cigars and sipping on warm brandy and shit out of a damn expensive ass decanter, talking about the good old days. Mm-hmm. But that's not what the normal 20-year-old white man is talking about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not now. Not
At
nowadays.
Least not that I know.
They don't know. They done never seen segregation.
Yeah. They never seen it. Now maybe they heard their grandpappy talking about, you know.
Or their uncles or something.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, shit, you don't think they're looking at a piece of black ass? Okay.
Oh yeah, you know damn well they are.
It's so many interracial relationships and marriages. So what you expect people to do who married and they want to go out to a restaurant?
Right.
Oh, honey, yeah, just go to sit over there in the color section. Just for me for a second so we can go to eat this great steak. They're going to walk out. You're going to lose money.
Yeah, and it's going to be somebody. I mean, if they think about it, back then, they just had restaurants you just couldn't go in.
Yeah, period.
No color allowed
There
to
wasn't
go
even no
inside.
section. They wasn't even no section. You just could. But now, it would be a little different, though, because now it will also be colors only, though, meaning that there are spaces that white people can't go into. And I did hear a lot of people complaining that they don't want to just be only white spaces. They were like, look, I want my chicken season. Okay? I want to hear y'all's music. All right? I don't with my own people. I want y'all. Okay? I heard that. You see what I'm saying? Because you do have that mixture. You do have some people, and that's not just in the white community. That's in black community too.
Yeah.
Sometimes in black community, some people don't get along with other black people as a black person.
Man, look, listen. I bowl.
Yeah.
And I got the bowling community. I had a bowling tournament this weekend. And I didn't go. I didn't bowl, but this is what I saw. They was talking about they went down to Roanoke, Virginia.
Roanoke. Ooh.
To bowl. And they were just like, "Whoo, we gonna bowl, get gas and come back." But they was like so frightened to get out and get gas. Like someone was being treated wrong, going in stores, being side-eyed. They said they saw Trump 28 signs everywhere. They were just like, man, this crazy. Now, getting to the segregation part, in the bowling alley, especially here where I'm at, it's mostly black.
Yeah.
But we have a sprinkle of whites in there. So what you going to do when you do that? You're just not going in the bowling alley say, hey, you're only going to have a white-only bathroom for just 3 or 4 whites that's bowling.
Yeah.
And then all the blacks go in this. No. We're not doing that.
One, people not even going to follow that rule.
And first of all, here in the most, where it is suburban, not really suburban, but rural, urban.
It's more
area.
urban. It's like more city. It's closer to the city.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the city, but
here in the urban area, most of the whites that live in PG County or Montgomery County, I ain't gonna say all of Montgomery County, but some, especially, let's just say PG County.
Yeah.
Some of the whites are more black.
They white chocolate here.
Yeah. I didn't know white chocolate.
They're
more
here.
black acting. They're more black looking.
Absolutely.
They're more urban.
I have a friend.
They're not going for that stuff.
I have a friend who's just like that. Like, and shouts out to her if she's watching, because I know she was supporting our shit big time in the beginning. I don't know now, but I just recently talked to her too. She's definitely always been white chocolate, man. Went to high school with her, been cool as hell. You can't tell me she ain't got no black in her blood, even though I know she don't. But you can't tell me. You can't tell me. You know what I'm saying? So there are some people who are authentically, they grow up around us, and they meld in with the culture. Yeah, they meld in with the culture. But the question I want to bring up too, when you say that about Roanoke, Virginia. When you say they went there, right? You went, or they?
No, I did not go.
Okay.
I did not go. I didn't do the tournament, but I was reading on Facebook what it was not. It was more than one. At least 3, 4, 5 bowlers. It's like, man,
wow. We
we had to get up out of there. We got gas in the morning, and they was treating us a certain way.
Because I was thinking, I was gonna go out to a certain part of Virginia this weekend, but luckily we kind of changed our mind. Do we have to worry about that?
Yes. Still, it's always put it this way. It's more relevant now, but through the 80s and 90s, it's always been a thing when you travel, you just don't veer off to a certain area.
Areas,
yeah, you just don't do that. Okay. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Regardless of whether everything kind of slowed up.
Especially,
and
gotta worry about sundown towns.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That,
we still had to worry about that.
They'll treat you decent during the day, but at night you get your ass.
Because I do better. I travel a lot. I love to drive, and I already knew make sure my gas is up and don't stop nowhere. I ain't got no business. If I had to pee, I'm holding it for another 50 miles.
For real? No. They say you gotta be hella gassed up.
Jay ain't stopping.
Yeah, gotta be hella gassed up. Especially in towns where they look like you just know for a fact they don't even stop there.
Yeah,
I always prefer cities anyway.
Right.
I prefer cities and downtowns because I feel safer in the city and safer downtown. The more rural you go in certain certain states, the more dangerous it could be. Yeah,
And we also, and the funny thing we discussed at work today, we was like, so what if they actually put, and I work at the Pentagon. Yeah, and he was like, hey. What if they actually put white-only bathrooms down here? Because it's mostly, where I kind of work at, we got whites, that work down there. Yeah. But it's mostly black. And we like, would you, and you got to do the number 2, are you going to go bypass that to go find a black bathroom? Because my man, and especially me, I have a certain bathroom that I use in that place. I do. Yeah. Because this way, too many people in there and they're nasty.
Right. Of course.
And so I said, what if they make your bathroom, I told my man, Manny, I said, what if they make your bathroom that you love to do number 2 white only? What you going to do? Man. He like, if I really got to go,
I'ma go.
I'm gonna go, and I just have to.
But what if your job is attached to that? Because remember on the movie The Help, I don't know if you probably never seen it.
I watched The Help. Yeah,
I watched The Help.
Oh, I watch all the old stuff like that.
So on The Help, they couldn't use the certain bathroom
exactly.
in there. So what if your job is attached to that? Or now are you gonna rethink that? You can just be like, man, fuck it. I'm not. I'd rather just get fired than a shit on myself because I got to go. Cause see, that's your job. See, if they, but that's a whole thing. First of all, we're not even gonna get there.
That's too deep.
That's deep as hell because that was a time. But we're supposed to be out of that program. So what? Why is he trying to send us back to this mindset?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a thing though. It's like it really is like it's a thing because he's trying to put people back. It's really testing African Americans for sure.
I don't think he could do it. I don't care. You can do that if you want, but it's a different time, different age, and different type of people.
Absolutely.
Different type mindsets.
Absolutely.
And I'm just my opinion. They're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose if you try that. You're gonna lose.
Exactly.
Nowadays.
Yeah. And then I'm like, do he not have? Are there no congressmen that are black up there?
I'm sure
who are like no. What is
congresswoman?
Or congresswoman?
Yeah.
You know, there are plenty black people who are over there in the executive branch. I'm pretty sure. You know, you got the judicial, whatever. You got order. Why did you think you look these people in the face and this is a good decision for you? It's a good decision, but you looking these people right in the face and saying this is what we want to do.
You saw the reel that I posted on the IG, the black lady that was speaking in front of Congress?
I did.
Yeah, that was a powerful speech she gave, and it was all about that.
Yeah, because I don't think I don't know where this hypocrisy is coming from. And that's not the only thing he's doing. He's still doing more foolishness, but I think this is the most interesting one by far. Mm-hmm. Because why are we even touching that, sir?
Yeah.
What about you sat in that White House and was like, you know what? Let's see if we can bring segregation back. Yes, bring it back. Like, what about that says that's a wonderful effing thing to do? Knowing that everything, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Nobody's complaining. Right. Being integrated right now. I mean, everybody rather likes each other. I feel we don't have no issues. Everybody move about how they move. Everybody making their money. Things should be about money. Why are we making things about ethnicity or skin color? Back again. This is like grade A elementary school, kindergarten slow. In my personal opinion. It's slow. It's the slowest thing. It's like, oh, let me take it down to the basic, most ridiculous thought. You know, like.
Tell you what, I hate to say it, but if things go the way it's going to go, you bet your ass going to look at a civil war.
Oh, absolutely. They going to F
around. It's going to be a civil war.
And find out. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because the generations that we have here, unhinged.
Yes. You don't want to.
Okay, when they did it back then, black folk were used to being doing that happening back then. Yeah. You know, now are we used to being, considered bottom rung and all of that? Oh, sure. But we have privilege now. We have intelligence. We've read books. We went to college.
Yeah.
I mean,
own guns now.
Willpower.
Yeah. CEOs, big money, billionaires.
I mean,
though.
And you don't think that as soon as somebody put a white only sign up or a colors only bathroom somewhere, you don't think that's going to go viral? Everything goes viral today. It's 2025 and that business is tanking. It's going down. Just like Target and just like everywhere else that's acting like they want to roll back DEI.
I started to love you, Target. Damn.
Either way, y'all, I saw that my black folk, African American folk, like we ain't worried about it. And I'm not worried about it either, but I do think that there are certain aspects, I think for the future, for whatever is planned for the future, we do need to really think ahead and think about what this might mean for the future of things. But hopefully, it's just some foolishness, and either way, if it does happen, we'll be in good shape. We always are. Because we gonna be all right. You feel me? That's us. We're resilient people. So we'll see. Either way, look. Me and Jay out of here. Please like if you stayed this long. We need 1,000 subscribers, y'all. I'm Meesh. To the left me is my bro Jay. We love y'all. Peace.